Ian, it's a pleasure to have you, my man.
Pleasure being on the show. Appreciate it.
Cool, cool. I appreciate you. I got a list of questions for you, but first off, I want to ask you, man, how did you find out about wholesaling?
Actually on YouTube, just doing some scrolling on YouTube, came across rental properties actually on Bigger Pockets, and I seen a show, someone talking about wholesaling, and it kind of caught my interest, and ever since I just been, doing research on it, educate myself, and that's when that's how I got started into it.
Cool, cool. I dig that. So what was the first thing that you did to really take action? Because there's a couple stages. The first stage is kind of the information gathering stage where you're just consuming content. Mm-hmm. But then there comes a time where you say, screw it, it's time to start shooting, making moves, taking action. What was the first real action step that you took to start trying to get some deals or talking to sellers?
I would say, driving for dollars. That was my first step, because I was already I'm from West Philadelphia, so I'm already familiar with that area. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of, abandoned properties around there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just started driving around that area, and that's the most cheapest and effective way of get into it.
It's true.
So I just drive around there. If I see an abandoned house, write it down, put it in my notes, and go home and go on True People Search. You familiar with that, right?
Yeah. That's funny. Good.
Go on True People Search and just call and every house that I wrote down. It took a while for me to do it though, because that's the cheapest way. And,
mm-hmm.
True People Search wasn't the best. Skip tracing is not the best skip tracing software out there, but that's how I landed my first deal, just from just sticking with it.
I like it. So you were driving for dollars. You saw an abandoned house. If you're not familiar with Philly, and especially in certain areas, it's all row homes, and you go down, and a bando after bando after bando, and every single one of them you see is an opportunity to make some money. Every single one of them that you see.
Facts.
So the first one that you found, deal you did, driving for dollars.
Facts. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's old school. It's a rite of passage in a lot of ways.
I know. It was a big one too. I was surprised on how much the spread was too, because it was my first deal.
How much was it?
Man, you wouldn't believe it. It was $26,000.
Oh, God bless you. That's so cool. I do believe it. I 100% believe it. That's awesome. What a good first deal.
Definitely. It took me, I would say, 6.5 months, just to land that first deal. And, ever since then, it's been up, after I, got my, scheduled a call with you, it's been up.
My man. So how did you find me? How did you find out who the hell I am,
Actually, so I knew an agent I went to high school with, and he told me about you because I was actually trying to buy properties. I started off as a owner of a commercial cleaning company, and I wanted to get into fixing and flipping properties. So after I closed down my commercial cleaning company, I wanted to buy a property. And he was like, hit up this guy I know, Nick. He has he's big, he's heavy in wholesaling. So I got into your buyers list, and ever since I filled out the form for your buyers list. Yeah. I seen your name on Instagram. I'm like, oh, this is the dude, Nick. So I'm like, I followed you on Instagram, and I just seen you're actually in the field doing deals, and you're actually putting the work in. So I just been on your page, just picking up gems.
My man.
Every now and then.
Heck yeah, bro! I'm glad that you reached out. I'm glad that you booked a call with me.
Sure.
We're in the middle of, we just closed in a deal. We're in the middle of another one together. What the heck? We're gonna close on this week. It's been good. We've got a little run together. It's been fun.
Yep.
Heck yeah! So
sure.
When you did the call, but everything you did before was off market. When you did the call with me, did you think I was crazy? Because I was telling you to do something else. I was telling you to go on market. What did you think when you were doing the call with me? What were you thinking?
At first, I didn't really understand them when you told me just texting them, because at first I'm watching videos of people actually on the phone with these agents, so I'm thinking I would have to, cancel my cold calls and just, call, agents. But at first when you told me to just text them, I'm like, wow, that's easy. That's easy, So just texting them, that script, and hey, man, it worked. I'm actually familiar with, ARVs or comping property, so if I'm having a hard time, or if an agent is giving me a hard time, then I know how to, overcome those rejections,
Yeah, you'll be able to talk at a different level maybe than someone who doesn't know anything.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool, I dig it. Well, so let me ask you, you do the call with me. Before you were driving for dollars looking for properties off market, I come in, I say, screw that. text all the deals that are on market and get them right there. How quick did it take you after you did the call with me? How long did it take to do your first deal?
How long did it take to do my first deal on market?
With me,
you?
like
Okay.
or like through the program that I gave you. How long were you doing that before you got your first deal? I actually know the answer. Yeah,
I would say a week.
It's 5 days. This
It took a
motherfucker.
week.
Yeah, it took like
a
5
week.
days, I think.
The only thing that if I did not take your course, I probably wouldn't have closed it because she asked for proof of funds, and that's what stopped me from doing deals on market because I didn't know how to respond to that when people ask for proof of funds.
Yeah.
So once you showed me that, that game right there, I'm like, oh yeah, it's up from there.
Dang right. That alone was worth the money
That
for the call.
alone,
For real, I know.
Facts.
Oh man, that's funny stuff. But when I first started, I was paying a service like $200 a month, for the proof of funds. Yeah, I was paying for this program that like if you bought the program and paid the monthly fee, you got unlimited proof of funds. I was spending $200 a month just to be able to have access to it, which is so funny. And then I found out about that, and it was a wrap.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I can't believe it's free. Like,
yeah, it's
I
golden.
still check my emails every day to make sure they're not charging me. So
No, they're not, dude. How good is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Heck yeah. Okay, well then, let me ask. Sorry, you did that call me. How many deals have you got inked with this new program you're on, with the on-market program? Since you started doing it, how many deals have you got inked?
So 2 with you, and I just got one inked yesterday on market. Yep, and I'm still waiting to find a buyer, but I should find a buyer for that one soon.
So that's 3 deals total that you got inked?
Yep.
2 of them are assigned, 1 already
of them
closed.
assigned,
That's
yep.
pretty good, man.
Yep.
And how long ago was it? Do you think
How long ago?
How long ago did we do the call originally with me?
I would say, was it last month?
Yeah, definitely.
about a month
2
ago.
Yeah, maybe a month and a half. So check this out. Ian started doing the on-market program. He booked a call with me. I put him on the program, and a month and a half, that's 3 deals? What the heck? I think we're sitting pretty good, right?
I mean, can't beat that. Can't beat it.
Ian, tell these people, what are you spending on marketing to this program?
$0.
$0. 3 deals. You're not spending anything in marketing.
Donut.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. What the heck? What the heck? Let me see what other questions I got for you. All right. Cool. All right. So then let me ask you. So right now, how actively are you wholesaling now? Is it your full-time thing? You do it part-time? What do you...
So
What do you got
this is a
going on?
full-time thing. Like I said, ever since I closed down my commercial cleaning company to just pursue this full-time, I've been doing this every day. Monday through Sunday. At first, I was doing it Monday through Saturday, but when I realized I still was getting good calls on Sundays, and I see people pick up the phone on Sunday. I've been doing it nonstop, and it's been going pretty well so far.
Cool. I dig it. So right now so let me ask. So you're doing the on market. Are you also doing anything off market, or are you just doing the one on market program I put you on?
So I'm doing both on market and off market. I have a few house hunters in the city, that sends me deals or sends me properties.
House hunters, you call them?
House
I
hunters.
dig that. I call them bird dogs. I'm an OG though. That's why I call them bird dogs.
Yeah,
but
bird
house
dogs.
hunters is better. Okay, continue.
Yeah, bird dogs, house hunters. So I had put out an ad on a Craigslist, and there was so many people, giving me calls and texts, about they want to, join. So I add them onto the team, and I'm getting a lot of properties, from them, and that's mainly how I'm getting most of my off-market deals.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm actually going after both of them.
That's good. If you can get to know people in the neighborhood and make a reputation for yourself that people know, you got a deal. Ian does deals. Let's just bring you to Ian real quick. That's a good spot to be at if you're like that within any community. It's good.
Definitely.
It's good. Cool. Let me look. I think I got 1 or 2 more questions here. Well, let me ask. I got a couple more questions for you. How do you like dealing with real estate agents?
How do I like dealing with real estate? That's a good question. When I first came into this, I thought it was going to be confusing because, a lot of agents, everyone says that they hate wholesalers. They don't like to work with wholesalers. So at first I thought it was going to be a little confusing, but if you know what to say, to agents and, actually know how to talk to them, it's not hard at all.
Not hard at all. It's not. It's not. So our first deal that we did together, we didn't declare that we were wholesaling the property, and in Pennsylvania, a lot of lenders will want to make sure that the seller gives consent to us wholesaling. And originally in our agreements, there was no consent to wholesale, and the lender came back to us and was like, "Hey, I need an addendum signed." So I text Ian like, "Hey, the lender needs an addendum signed by the seller saying we're allowed to assign this deal. Ask the agent real quick how quick we can get it so we can close." When I texted you that, how nervous were you?
Hey man, I thought we wasn't gonna close. I'm like, hold up, this is supposed to be something like, under the table behind their backs type thing. But when you said that, like, I didn't believe it, and they were fine with it. They were totally fine with it.
Of course they were. Did they give you any problems?
No problems at all. She said okay, and that was it.
Yeah, because she wanted to get her money. She wanted to get paid. Same thing with the seller. Yeah, they never care. They just don't want us to wholesale because they think we're gonna drop the ball. They don't know we're about it. We're not dropping the ball.
Exactly. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, but they don't know that we know what we're doing. So they like to. That's why they're weird. But if they are confident that it's gonna happen, they don't care if you're wholesaling usually. No. So let me ask, for anybody out there that's watching that wants to get into wholesaling, what advice would you give them?
I would just say, first you need to educate yourself. Either if that's on, YouTube University, scheduling a coaching call with my guy Nick. Just educate yourself first, and after you do that, that's when you just take the risk and get over your car reluctancy. Once you do that, it's up from there.
I agree. Call reluctancy is a real thing. Mm-hmm. You get over that, the opportunities are endless. Seriously.
Definitely. I remember when I first started out, I didn't know what to say to people. I started out, when I was talking to sellers, I didn't know how to, talk to them at first. But after you keep practicing, you keep talking to them, the way you talk to them, it gets even easier, because it's just like there's so much room for mistake out there. There's so many sellers out there, so it's not like if you mess up with one seller, there's always going to be another one. You know what I mean? So there's so much room out there for mistake.
That is such good advice, and that's so real. There really is. There's so many different options out there. If you screw it up with one guy, we don't have scarcity mindsets up in here. We got abundance mindsets. There's many more of them.
Exactly.
I think you've got a good headspace. I think if you keep that attitude, anybody that can take that from you and they can have that attitude, all the power to them. That's what I think. But so then let me ask you before I let you run. For right now, what are your goals? What are your goals with the wholesaling? What do you like the next 12 months? Where would you like to kind of like take your business? Where would you like it to be at?
I plan on having an actual team. Right now, I'm doing all my calls myself. I'm going on my appointments myself. So in the next 12 months, I plan on having at least two VAs, cold calling for me, just so I can free up my time and actually, focus on the business side of things, and just close more deals, get at least 2 to 3 deals a month.
Heck
that's
yeah.
pretty good right so far.
Cool. Well, I dig it.
So yeah, what's your pros and cons of the wholesaling business?
Pros and cons of the wholesaling business? You know what? Pros are opportunity and lifestyle. Opportunity, I don't know anything else ever. First off, I think that the wholesaling real estate is the number one way that you can change your life financially. You don't have to have anything going on, it doesn't cost any money, and if you know how to do it, you can make 5-10 racks within 30 days if you actually know how to do the trade of wholesaling. You can make an extra 10 grand in 30 days if you need to, and the ability to do that is powerful. So I think and again, like this is with spending $0. So I think the major good thing about wholesaling is opportunity, regardless of where you're at. So if you got nothing going on, bam. Like low level, that's what you can do.
Right.
Like high level, if you have things going on, bro, high level. It is just a marketing company, and wholesaling is the widget. Real estate is the widget, you know. So like you could just do a lot with it. You could use it as a trade, or you could use it as an actual marketing company.
Right.
You know, you could do so much with it, and you could start from fucking nothing. So I think like that's like the main pros of wholesaling, and you can do it at your leisure. You know, like you can be as free as you want. It doesn't take that much to make 20, 30 grand wholesaling, but like doing it like kind of hours wise, like part time. Or like spending most of the time with your family. If you can have it, it doesn't take long to scale it out to where you're at that point, you know? If it's not scaled out, if you make 20, 30 racks a month, you got to grind a little bit, but like you're still working, you're not working any harder than you would if you were having a job, like a 9 to 5 job. You're working better hours, you're not away from your family. So like lifestyle is a second. Like even if you grinding by yourself in your house, you're with your family. Yeah, and like you don't gotta drive to work, sit in an office, like this and that, blah, blah.
The freedom.
Fuck yeah, dude, it's lifestyle and freedom. Like those are the main pros. I don't see any cons, depending on what type of person you are. The cons are like if you want a guaranteed amount of money, then you don't want to put your shit on the line, then that would be a con, you know. Or if you're slacking doing this, and you're like not doing all the steps, if you get a bad crop of deals, you may fuck your whole bag up and be screwed. One bad round of deals can fuck you up if you're not being consistent. So like, I think those are the cons. The consequences can be big if you're not doing the right things.
Right. Now, that makes sense. This is all about being consistency in this business. So that's what I just learned. So it's like, if you're not being consistent, there's really no point of even getting started.
Exactly, bro. And this happens with a lot of, not just in real estate, but anything you're doing if you're doing sales. Before I was in real estate, I was like 1099 sales. It's the same thing. Like you may get a big clip, like your first deal, you may get a $26,000 assignment. What are you going to do that next day? Are you going to chill that next day, or are you going to chase down that $5,000 deal?
Right.
A lot of people are not chasing down that 5 piece because they just made a 26. But like, I got a ton of years in the game. If I close a 26 piece today, it means nothing to me tomorrow.
Right.
I'm so excited to get a 5 piece the next day. I'm literally just as excited for a 5 piece as I am a 26 piece because I want the volume. I don't give a fuck. Like I know volume. As long as I am doing the right action, like I care the number at the end of the year, right? Not like that one little clip I got. So it's just volume. Like one deal with you that we're closing on Friday. What are we both making? I think we're both making like $2,000. Like I just assigned a deal that I'm making like 10, 12 grand on a deal that I just assigned it the other day, right? I don't care about that one any more than I care about the $2,000 one that we have Friday. I don't give it literally means no difference to me. I care about the volume.
As long as it's something, it all adds up at the end of the day.
Exactly. But that's because I know what happens. I've been there before where I got excited off a big clip and I handled it wrong, you know? So, is that it?
Yeah,
that's it. Ian, my man, I appreciate you coming out. Ian, tell these people if they want to get a hold of you, they want to follow you on Instagram or on the net, on your socials, how do they get a hold of you?
I'm on Instagram, IG2, it's my initials, IG2 with 3 underscores. That's it.
That's it, all right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Follow me, like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. Let's do it. That's it.
Yes, sir.